Chris?
Can I see what?
Can you see the cruise liners out in the bay?
Not directly. They're kind of round the corner.
Oh, right. Okay.
I saw them yesterday. Where are they from?
Well, apparently they all come out of
Carnival.
Southampton.
Yeah.
But because there's not room and they've got to give the engines a run, they come up and down the channel. There'll be some more different ones there all the time.
Oh, so there's no one on board then?
Oh, no.
Oh, because I thought, oh, goody, it's all started up again.
No.
I didn't think so.
Oh, look at that picture of Cat.
I love that picture.
Oh, Cat.
It's from one, I think it's from
Agatha Christie.
garden party a couple years ago. I can't remember, Kathleen. You did tell me.
I work with the Agatha Christie Festival. And we get to do the Agatha Christie lady thing.
The Torquay Museum is they just posted something about the Agatha Christie their permanent collection.
Yeah, they're looking to open Tor Abbey next month.
Ah, okay, but this is the Torquay Museum.
Yeah, I'd work with Tor Abbey.
Oh, okay, because Torquay Museum has an Agatha Christie collection. It's a part of their permanent collection.
It is.
Yeah. So
the festival is centered in the Abbey.
Oh, okay. Oh, lovely. Huh.
September 15th.
Okay.
I don't like that room in there with the talking plates.
Talking plates.
You don't the dining room? The dining room.
Yeah. Oh, that freaks me right out.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you walk in there and all of a sudden you can hear voices talking.
And it's the plates.
And it's the plates on the table with faces on.
Yeah, it's a dining room, and on the plates they're showing videos, and they're doing like a dinner party when Nelson came, and so they're relaying this. So you can't see anything except when you go look at the plates. There's a moving head.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
That's a permanent exhibit.
Well, guys, I have an idea for the next theme session then. The weirdest, strangest museum exhibitions we've ever seen. I'm sure, Caroline, just pointing at you, I'm sure you will be able to tell us lots of stories about things like that.
Yes. Well, in Minnesota, there's the Museum of Medical Devices, of strange medical devices, which is really interesting. Yeah, and it's always quite, that was the first thing that popped into my head.
I'm sure there's like a museum of cheese or like Amsterdam has loads.
They have the cat museum in Amsterdam. Yeah, don't wonder about cats, just about cats. And,
Oh, hello, Lise. Hello, welcome. Nice to see you.
Yeah, and you. How are you all?
Fine.
Fine, thank you.
Okay.
We are really good. Thank you for joining. So, shall I just ask everyone to say how are you and any highlights from the last week as well? So, Caroline, maybe you can also introduce yourself because you're first time with us.
Okay. I'm Caroline, and I've known Agnieszka for, how long, Agnieszka?
My God, Caroline even says my proper name, Agnieszka. I don't know, maybe we've known for like 14 years, 13 years?
I think 2006 when we first met.
So 14 years.
Yeah. So we worked together for a bit, which is lovely.
It was nice. It was lovely.
I haven't seen you for ages, so it's really nice. Yeah. Anyway, I put on a little bit of coronavirus weight, but I'm the manager now of a thing called the Devon Recovery Learning Community, which is a service provided by the NHS. And it's for, well, it offers free open access courses for mental health and well-being. So we have a prospectus and it's filled with courses that have all been postponed until the autumn. Yeah, so, but we have we've had to move everything online right now. So we have lots of online courses and yeah, I mean, all sorts of things from, oh, I don't know, you know, creative courses and djembe drumming to understanding your medications to mindfulness, living well with anxiety, depression. You know, we tried a whole range of courses for, I guess, the whole person. It's not just about your diagnosis. It's about trying to find ways to live well. Yeah, so that's me.
Thank you, Caroline.
Yeah.
And I've sent you a link to those courses, and that's why I thought maybe Caroline also would like to join us today. So you see the person behind, you know, the organization. When I looked at the list of those trainings, I thought it's really, really wonderful, and they are online. Some of them are I think Fridays.
Oh, they're every day.
Oh, okay.
Saturdays, Sundays.
Oh, okay.
Courses in the morning. Yeah.
Are they free or do you have to pay?
No, they're all free. They're all open access for adults over 18. So I'm just looking at some of the courses that, yeah, we have a guitar course, learning to play the guitar for your well-being.
Wow.
We have, let's see, a dance to relax course on a Saturday. We've got some mindfulness meditation on a Sunday and other days. We have we've got a craftfulness course of learning about how craft can help us live well. Let's see, quilt making in quarantine quilt making course. I'm just finishing a creative writing course called Corona Writing during the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
So, and I'm thinking of starting it up again. So just a 6-week creative writing course. We also have a drop-in every Monday, and that's a creative drop-in. So we kind of bring our own creative ideas and thoughts and do, we're kind of working on flags and banners and bunting, but that's just sort of an ongoing in the behind project, but everybody can just bring whatever they want to do, either, you know, drawing or painting or just creative ideas. But we thought maybe having a project that we could think about working on, we could share. Yeah, all sorts of things. We'll also have some puzzles and games, word searches, online jigsaws, but it's all about our well-being. So there is a focus to it. It's not just about you know, fun and games, or you know, it's all about sort of actively learning what it is that we can do to support our own mental health and well-being during difficult times like now or other times. Yeah, so courses for carers. Yeah.
Thank you, Caroline. So I could send you a link again to those courses, so you could have a look and see if there is anything which you guys are interested in.
Are they all online courses?
Not usually.
Yeah.
Right now, everything has gone online because we can't run
Okay.
anything face to face. But you can register and you can enroll online for the courses. Some courses are like YouTube tutorials, so you don't have to enroll. You just, you know, get a link to the tutorial. Yeah. We're hoping to go back face to face, but it's going to be very gradual. So we'll start our face to face drop-ins and probably some more outside courses. We do a lot of sort of walking around Exmouth, on Exmoor, Dartmoor. We've done some dog-friendly walks, walking with dogs. You don't have to have a dog to walk with us. It's about being with another animal. And yeah, so we'll probably start with some outdoor courses first, so we can socially distance. We're very reliant on the venues opening up and
Where
churches.
are they based?
All over Devon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
so we have courses. We do have kind of centers. We've got Dartmouth. Let's see. We've worked in Torquay, Paynton, Brixham. We do a lot of work at the Torquay Museum. That's why I mentioned the Torquay Museum.
Yeah.
So a number of our courses are with the museum there.
Music, yeah.
Oh, good.
And let's see, Teignmouth, Barnstaple, Bideford, Tavistock,
Wow.
Tiverton, Lytton, Exeter. Yeah, we try to create sort of little centers of activity around. So yeah, our courses are all over. We have about, I don't know, nearly 200 courses. Not 200 different courses, but 200 different sessions of, you know, some are the same course, but, you know, several, like understanding your medication might be run 5 times in 5 different places. So yeah, so lots going on. They're all free. They're all delivered by experienced tutors, usually 2 tutors. So we'll have usually someone with specialist experience in that subject. So if it's a medications course, we'll have a pharmacist with someone who has lived experience of having taken those medications, or, you know, if it's antidepressants or whatever. So we always have 2 tutors, usually a mental health practitioner and a person with lived experience. So it's a nice, well-rounded kind of learning opportunity. Lots of art, lots of creativity. We've got archaeology courses, working with University of Exeter. So, and we even have an online tutorial about how to find archaeological sites using Google Earth. So that's really lovely, and so really interesting. Yeah.
And trips to Egypt.
Excuse me?
Trips to Egypt for archaeological.
No, we're not traveling to Egypt, but we do have when we meet face to face, we have gone to Ippelpen, where there's a Roman site outside Ippelpen, and Calstock near Cornwall, and we do a lot of work at the university using digital technologies, looking at heritage. Looking at drawings, working with artifacts. It's really fun.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I kind of say this, I sneaked it in because actually I'm an art historian, archaeologist by profession. So my background is not in mental health. My background is my personal lived experience of mental health, and I've worked in education. So.
Well, that sounds very good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And with migrant workers like Aggie.
Yes, and I also worked. Agnieszka and I set up the Anglo-Polish organization many years ago, and I'm not English or Polish, but it doesn't matter. We helped each other, didn't we?
Are you from America?
I am originally, yeah. I came here in 2003. And in 2004, the Poland was opened up to the EU. And so many Polish people came to England. And I think Agnieszka and I were both similar in the same sort of boat, coming to a new country and struggling to, you know, find out how to, I don't know, find employment, how to get around the systems. And so we kind of came together and helped the community of migrants, which included me, but mostly Polish people at the time. And I learned a little bit of Polish. And I guess I'm a what do you call it when you're an honorary Pole? So, yes. Yes.
Yes, yes. That's why we've known with Caroline for like, you know, we've been known each other for like 14 years now.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, and it really helped. We helped each other, and
Yeah.
I don't think I would be in the work I'm doing now if we hadn't come together to do the Anglo-Polish organization.
Yeah.
Because it both gave us work, didn't it?
Yeah, and same with me. I don't know if I would be in this place where I am right now in my life, in my work, without you, Caroline. And yeah, I have to say that Caroline's been such a great friend of mine and an inspiration as well, Caroline. You taught me lots. Yeah, that's true.
A little bit of English. And you taught me a bit of Polish.
Maybe we have one session sometimes when we talk about our stories, so each of us can share, because it's always interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you so much. Glenys, how are you and what's your highlights? I'm sorry we took a little bit longer than normal.
No, that's fine. That was interesting. I just wondered if you does any talks on the history of art. And
yeah, I do. I have done. I've actually given a talk on the Polish resettlement camp outside of Newton Abbot at Stover.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So I've got a talk up my sleeve on that. Happy to share one day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Yes, I'm fine. I'm like everyone else, a bit tied in. Once need my hair cut badly and all that. Anyway, things are getting a little bit nearer to normal, I think, but only slightly yet. I'm hoping to be going out with my son soon in the car a bit and getting life opened up a little bit more. So he's left me to make the decision. And hopefully that'll be soon, yes. So I shall take it up and go out with my daughter and my son and see a little bit more of the open world. But that's okay. Mm-hmm.
Good. Yeah. Thank you, Glenn. It's nice to see you today as well.
Yes, and you all. Yes.
Yeah. Kathleen, hello. How are you and what's your highlights?
Not a good one. I took a nasty fall over the weekend. I tripped over some loose pavement. And I don't know if you can see it, but I actually had a black eye.
Oh, yeah.
And all down here. And everything is bruised on my arm. And I think I might have bruised some ribs and all down my leg. I fell on one side. Not very happy. So it kind of ruined my weekend.
Oh, no.
I'm sort of living on paracetamols right now.
Nothing broken. Nothing broken though.
Nothing broken, but you know, my glasses flew off, and the first thing after I'd finished falling and rolling, my first words were, "Are my glasses all right?" I didn't care about the arms and the legs. It was like, my glasses all right? But they were all battered and twisted. I've got other pairs, but in the moment, I was more concerned about the glasses. And then I started feeling the arms and legs and going, nothing broken, nothing broken. But I was bleeding. The good thing was several people stopped. Several people saw me and 2 or 3 cars stopped. And one nice lady offered to run me home, which was very kind. And a couple of guys, we forgot all about that social distancing. And all these guys were like picking me up. And I'm like, oh, this is what I have to do. But people were very kind. And I reported it to the council this morning, and they called back straight away and said they're sending a guy up to look at the pavement, but it was sticking up a couple of inches. I just didn't see it. Anyway, so that was the highlight, but not a good one of my week.
I'm so sorry to hear that, but I think I know why you thought about your glasses.
But I can't see.
As well, but I think you thought, oh my God, I need to write my limericks for.
Yes. And I have to do Braille.
Oh, and Kathleen, thank you so much for searching for this insect for Margaret.
Shield,
Yeah. I haven't seen them in the Ash. What's the name of the forest I went?
Ashcliff.
Ashcliff.
Yeah, Ashcliff. I didn't see them. I didn't smell them because usually they smell. I tried to sneak. And I didn't smell them. Yeah. Thank you, Catherine. Hopefully the next week and weekend is going to be better.
Yeah. I won't be hurting.
Yeah. You have to take more water with it next time.
I was stone cold sober.
Okay. Liz, hello. Hello. Nice to have you. So
Yes,
can you
thank
please tell us a little bit about yourself and some highlights from your week?
Okay. Well, I've had a really bad time of it. The last few months I've been very, very poorly and in a lot of pain and not able to do much, particularly in the last 6 weeks. But I think I've turned the corner because I'm feeling a lot better now. I'd rather not go into what was wrong, you know, but it's something that came out of the blue and it's been really like a big trauma. I think mentally, you know, it's had an effect on me, really, because there's this fear that I'm going to go back into it. But at the moment, I'm feeling a lot better, and I've had quite a good day because I finished a painting that I actually began about 6 weeks ago, but I've been too, poorly to work on it. So I finished it, and I've actually written a poem as well. So I'm feeling that I'm getting back to the things that I used to love to do and that I do. So yeah, it's good.
Right, thank you and welcome. Nice to see you finally here.
Thank you.
And I hope you will enjoy today as well.
Okay, thank you.
So Jean, lovely Jean, hello.
Hi. I finally sorted out my bubble family because my eldest daughter and my grandchildren live in Wales. Well, they can only go 5 miles. I can't go into Wales, so I can't see them. My other daughter, her partner's got MS, so I'm not allowed contact with them. So I sorted out a bubble family.
Oh.
So it means that when it's raining, I don't have to sit in the garden anymore.
That's nice.
So we've been out this morning, actually. It's our first adventure out since they basically let us out. But I haven't managed supermarkets yet, and anywhere when it's really, really busy, I still can't face that. But it was nice this morning. I mean, we only went to Home Bargains, but we went at 8:30 and it was empty. So it was brilliant. So by the time we came out half an hour later, they were queuing then to get in. So yeah.
But you've sorted it out perfectly.
Yeah, that's given me, I mean, I haven't been in there since, way before lockdown. So yeah, it was nice to be able to walk in there and not think, who's that close to me, and not to have to worry about distance. But it was good.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Jenny, you next to Jean Sharp. How are you and what's your highlight?
Well, my grandson has got a ticket back to New Zealand now.
Oh, wow.
So they've opened up the airport. I can't go with him because no foreigners are allowed. So he'll be leaving soon, which I'll be a bit sad when he goes. But my son's coming down this weekend with the grandchildren to see us all. So that will be our bubble for the first time. I'm not sure how often we'll be seeing him. He's coming from Manchester, so it's not going to be so easy. But those are the main things, really. I can't think of, been cleaning a lot and falling over sorting cupboards, photographs and things like that. It's all getting very tedious though. I'm longing for the library to be open again.
Yeah.
I really miss the library. But apart from that, you know, each day is the same. Yeah, pretty boring really. I'm not going to any big shops because don't really need anything and I'm frightened of catching anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, just biding my time really. And that's about it.
Thank you, Jenny. Oh, I'm so sorry that Gabriel is leaving. Raphael, sorry that Raphael is leaving.
Yeah, I know, but he needs to get back into a proper
life.
Are they still allowing them in because they've just got 2 new cases and they stemmed from people from England?
But he's a citizen, isn't he? He's a New Zealand citizen.
He was born there, so on the repatriation line.
Yeah. They let him in, and he's a minor.
Quarantined for 2 weeks. Becky said it's a bit like Colditch. She thinks that they leave your meals outside the door in a paper bag.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, but at least
she's trying to find out. I think she would have to go with him because he's going as an accompanied minor. Although he's 14, he's still a minor.
Yeah.
So anyway, he might have an empty aircraft. He should have a nice. He'd be able to lie down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would have liked to have gone back with him, but they wouldn't allow any foreigners in, especially from the UK.
Yeah,
especially from the UK.
Yeah, we're not very popular at the moment.
No, he wants us, do they? Yes. So anyway.
Thank you, Jenny. Let us know when he will be leaving, so maybe we will say goodbye to him as well. That would be nice. Oh, we've got Rachel's joining us as well, but 2 Rachel's Klinkets joining us. I don't know how, but I'm going to admit both, hoping that she will join us. And Brian, hello. How are you, Brian? And what's your highlights?
Hello.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you. Sorry about last week.
That's okay.
Oh, we had a fault with the gadget we were using. It went off, and even my wife couldn't get it back. So that was it. That was the end of our day with you. Otherwise, I've had a fairly good week.
Good.
Yeah, we've done a lot of work. Well, my wife has done a lot of work in the garden, and at the moment, in the front garden, we got about 30 bags of cement, 3 bags of big dumpy bags of ballast have just arrived. But it was good to see everything's put inside the garden sort of thing. So it's not left on the road. But B&Q normally leave all their stuff like this on the road. But being straight opposite a school, the driver said, "I ain't leaving it out here," he said, "with the school there." So that was it. He put it over the little wall we've got at the front onto the front garden. So that's it. That's been my highlight. Watching all these lorry drivers unloading stuff. We've also had another fence erected in the back garden. So now the whole lot of the back garden, it's got a fence around it. So we're going to be isolated in the garden from everybody now. But that's great.
I get the impression, Brian, that you'd like to be isolated.
Yes. Well, I've got so much wrong with me.
Yeah.
I'm also disabled, so I can only, without help, it's just using a little walker, you know, one of these walker things. Using one of them or a couple of sticks, I can walk about 50 yards and that's me lot.
Yeah.
So I don't, if I go out, I either go with the little walker we got, or I go in my buggy. I've got a mobility car as well, which is quite good. And I don't do any driving anymore. So my wife has to do the driving. She doesn't mind. She likes driving.
Thank you, Brian. Lovely to see you today. Lovely to have you on our meeting today. And we have Lisa as well. Lisa just joined us. Hello, Lisa. How are you? And what's your highlights from today or from the whole week?
Oh, yeah. Come on.
We cannot hear. We cannot hear you very well.
Not bad.
A little bit better.
Yeah.
Yes. How are you?
It's not too bad. So, my
Frozen.
We can hear you a little bit, but not sure whether the quality of your I don't know, maybe it's something to do with internet because you just frozen for a second. I don't know if you're back or not.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh yeah, you're okay. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining.
That's okay.
Nice to see you.
Yeah. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to see you guys. Okay, so I know we've got a lib math session today and limericks, but oh my god, I can see Jean's face already like, oh. But before we do that, we also agreed that we will finish our last session. Would you like to do that as well? Would you like to talk about those two questions? What does nature give us and how can we help to save the nature?
Aggie, it's took me a week to write 4 lines. How do you expect me to do that as well?
Okay, Jean, I haven't written anything either because it was, oh my god, I thought, how I'm going to be creative in this way, so I don't blame you.
I might be kicked off of here after mine comes out.
Uh-oh. Not X-rated, is it?
Okay,
no.
Okay, so maybe let's start with this with the limericks maybe, and if we still have a time, we can have 5 minutes of discussion about the nature. Okay, so who would like to go first? Please put your hands up, please.
Well, I haven't written one, but I've copied some out. I've been so busy. But shall I read this one?
Yep.
Of course, yes.
By someone called Ron Rubin, who's a jazz musician. There was an old drunkard of Devon who died and ascended to heaven. But he cried, "This is Hades. There are no naughty ladies, and the pubs are all shut by 11.
Oh.
Oh, this is a nice one.
Yeah. Well, I've got some more, but let somebody else go.
Brian, what's Brian got?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. When I was at school, we used to have to write limericks at school. And I can still remember 2 or 3 of them. One of them is sporty one. A football linesman named Lag waved a blanket instead of a flag. When in zest, he lay down for a rest. and they ate sandwiches out of a bag.
Oh, that's quite innocent.
Oh.
Well, I wrote one.
Oh, well done, Kathleen.
I wrote mine. There once were some ladies from Devon thinking cream teas were a gift from heaven. As they sat under the trees by Devon's deep blue seas, they ate not only one, but 7.
Very good.
Very good.
Kathleen, can I ask you to send me an email with this limerick as well, so I can share?
Absolutely. I'll do that.
My daughter Mela, we didn't make any, but we searched for them, and she would like to read out a couple as well.
There's 2. There was an old man in a tree who was horribly bored by a bee.
When
they said, "Does it buzz?" he replied, "Yes, it does." It's a regular brute of a bee.
Oh. You recognize this one? Do you recognize this one? This limerick? It's made by Edward
Edward Lear.
Yeah, the inventor of the limericks, and his book is a book of nonsense, and that's one of. And another one.
Hickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down, and down he ran. Hickory dickory dock. I don't care. I'm finding my hamster.
Yes, thank you, Mela. Well done. Now she's searching for her hamster with.
I saw the hamster in a blue bowl. Oh, look at him. What's the hamster's name?
It's a he and it is Mimi.
Oh, look.
This is lovely.
He's very special because he's
a rare hamster.
Oh, what hamster?
White hamster with red eyes.
Ah, okay.
Albino.
Albino.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Say hi.
Okay.
He says hi.
Mela, thank you so much for reading your limericks to us. Okay, so who else would like to give it a go?
Shall I read mine?
Yes. Go for it, Jean.
It's only 4 lines. Oh. There once were some ladies from Devon, can't remember how many, could be 6 or 7. They all met on a Tuesday afternoon at 2, and some even had a room with a view.
Oh, good.
Nice. I like that. Please email them this to me as well.
Well, no, because I wasn't here last week, so I wasn't aware of the task. I do. I have in the past written quite a lot of limericks. It's very hard to write them without making them naughty, though, isn't it? So, I mean, that is the formula that they nearly all end up being rather risque. But you've all done really well because you've kept them nice and clean. So.
I've got a fairly clean one.
Okay.
There was an old man from Madras who went up to the sea, up to his knees. It doesn't rhyme now, but it will when the tide comes in.
Oh.
A little bit short, though, isn't it? Isn't it supposed to have five lines?
5 lines.
Yes, I know. It doesn't really,
yeah, mine only has 4.
It doesn't rhyme yet, but it will when the tide comes in.
Oh.
Nice one. Okay, who else? Please share. I'm looking at Glennie's.
Right. There once were some ladies from Devon who thought they were living in heaven till they went off for a fling all the way to Tring. and didn't get back till 11.
Oh, good. Good. Well done.
Well done. Oh, wow. Look at you guys. Creative. Okay, I'm waiting for more. I'm really
Well, I've got one here by someone called Dixon Lanny Merritt. A wonderful bird is the pelican. His bill holds more than his belly can. He can take in his beak enough food for a week, but I'm damned if I see how the hell he can.
Oh.
Very good.
very good. Yes.
And I've got one from Edward Lear here. There was an old man with a beard who said, "It is his beard. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard."
Oh.
Limericks were actually, they date back to the 11th century, but Edward Lear, he made them popular. So but it didn't, on Wikipedia, it didn't say anything about the 11th century ones, but yeah, we probably wouldn't understand them anyway. Anyway, well done, people who've written their own. I've just been saying.
Yeah, it took me a week, but there you go.
Anyone has more than one, or would more than two, or would like, or anyone has any other? Any more?
No,
I won't invite Oliver in. My husband would have many, but they're not for polite company.
Yeah. Risque.
Yeah, that would be really nice. That would be interesting from Oliver's ones. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So shall we try and do this lib mat thing as well?
We call it
what?
It's a lib mat exercise. So we start with the phrase, there once were a lady or man from Devon, and then one person finishes this sentence with another sentence, and then another person add up another sentence. Is that how it's played?
And does it need to rhyme?
No, it doesn't. It has to be just a story, and it's really up to us how we're going to create this story. But I think we need some rules, like we need to know who's after, who's next. So if I could
be just random, and then it's
or you could tell us who is next, Aggie.
I can tell you who's next.
We've just done these sort of introductions or something.
Yeah.
So maybe I can just, or maybe I can just tell you right now, because I can say as I see people in my screen. So let's say Kathleen will start, and then it will be Liz. So Liz, if you can remember, you will always be after Kathleen, and then Lisa after Liz. And then we have a Jean Sharp after Lisa, and Jenny after Jean. Oh my God. And then Brian.
It's going to be, oh my God.
Glenys and Caroline. Okay? Well, I will help you out. I will say, okay, now it's Liz, or now it's Jean. Okay. So shall I, and I will just start with this original sentence, and then there we go. Oh, I'm so happy I'm not included in this.
Oh, that's not fair. You can have your turn.
Oh, no. Oh no, I'm keeping an order, you know.
Oh right. Whose idea was this?
This
lady's not here.
Yeah, she's not in with us. You see?
The lady's not here, yeah.
Okay. The ones were some ladies from Devon. Kathleen.
Who just found out the shops had reopened.
Liz.
So they set off very gaily with their bus passes at hand.
Lisa.
And made sure that they were not near to the next person.
Jean?
I didn't hear what Lisa said.
No, I didn't.
That I think they were sitting. They weren't. They were on the bus and didn't sit too closely together. Was that right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Jean.
Going in the shop and bringing.
They didn't sit. You said they didn't sit too close together.
No, they didn't stand too close together.
Didn't stand.
Stand. Armed with masks, they headed for the store.
Jenny?
The queue was a mile long, which stretched down the streets.
Brian?
Oh. Because none of it's rhyming.
Doesn't have to, right?
Doesn't have to, Brian.
Story.
Just the story.
Oh.
It's a story, but it's a mad story.
I've lost the purpose of it all.
Lost the will to live.
Yeah.
So there were a lady who went to the bus to stand not very close to next to each other, and then
Went into the store armed with their masks.
yes, and then Brian. Do you need any help from us? Anyone would like to just sort of like give some ideas to Brian?
Maybe one of them stopped. They saw a lottery ticket on the ground and picked it up.
Oh.
Yes.
There's a turn.
What next, Brian? What do you think would come next?
You'd have to pick it up.
Yeah.
There was a lottery ticket on the ground. Did you pick it up?
Brian, do you think someone picked it up?
I don't know.
Okay.
Thing is, I'm not following this at all.
Okay. Don't you worry then. Okay, so try to follow it up from now on, please, as we all do.
What do we get to? A lottery ticket on the ground?
Yes.
Right.
But nobody's picked it up yet, Glenys.
No, someone
Exactly.
went down. And
So Glenys, it's your turn.
So they picked it up in hopeful luck and came up for £1,000.
Caroline.
Was it me who picked it up? Was I the lucky person to have picked the ticket up and won the £1,000? Agnieszka? You're the
No,
last.
I'm not included, please.
Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. You need to finish the story. You need to finish. You're the ending. That's the ending.
Is that the ending?
No,
Yeah.
you are the ending.
I'm the ending, so it means that this is the end of the story. I would like to go around one more time, please.
Okay.
And then I will end the story, okay?
Okay.
Let's say Kathleen next.
So they said, if Caroline's got the £1,000, is she going to share it with all of us for our shopping trip?
Liz.
And Caroline, who was feeling rather greedy that day, wanted to spend it all on the trip a trip to Spain to soak up some long-deserved sunshine after lockdown, said, no, I'm going to keep it all for myself.
Lisa.
Oh, I can't think of anything. She went to get her ticket for her holiday, but when she got there, it was out of date.
Jean.
What, her lottery ticket was out of date?
Yeah.
Oh.
So where Caroline's been bragging about this £1,000, she now needs us more because she wasn't going to share it. So she now needs us more than ever.
Jenny.
Well, that'll teach her, won't it? No friends that she's got hasn't won the lottery. There's a moral to the story. Share.
Ryan?
He's lost us.
I lost.
Glenys?
So each of them went off and had a different ice cream.
And
Oh, that's an idea.
And Caroline felt so remorseful that she went with them and bought them all.
Oh.
Oh.
That's the end of the story.
No, you've got to finish it.
And the UFO came in from the sky and took us all for a nice trip, and we ended up in Poland, had dinner, had a lovely dinner. My husband just joined us, and we watched a lovely movie. Each of us had this movie understood in different language, so we were all like crazy and fun and happy. Then the UFO came and brought us back to Devon, and then we went for a lovely beach walk. Okay. Oh my God, this was the most madness session we've ever had.
It's so hard to ad-lib, isn't it?
It is.
When I was working on a Friday afternoon in the office, we used to call it, because I did care work and we got all the plans out for the following week and everything. And we used to have a mad afternoon. Somebody would say something like, you had to follow it on. Somebody said to me, onion. So I said, bargee.
Yeah.
Well, they were in hysterics over that. But it was just ad-libbing, and sometimes they just roll off your tongue, and another time you think, what? Where are you coming from?
Yes, it's funny way to do things like that. It is. This was funny actually. This one was funny to me. But yes, and thank you. That was quite fun. That was nice. So we're coming almost to the end of the session, and I would like to ask you for some other ideas for the next session. Do you have anything in your mind?
Have you ever played Fortunately, Unfortunately?
No.
Do you all know Fortunately, Unfortunately?
No.
It's similar. It's similar to the ad-lib, but you start out with, fortunately, I found a lottery ticket. And then the next person does, well, unfortunately, you lost.
It was out of date.
Yeah, it was out of date. And then someone says, fortunately. And so that's another kind of ad-lib, but it's nice because you can do it online. And so it's called Fortunately, Unfortunately.
This one's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Or what about playing a version of 20, questions? The animal, mineral, vegetable thingamajig.
Okay.
Everyone know that one?
Can you tell us a little bit more, please? I'm not sure if I know that.
Well, there's a person who is like, the key person that starts off, and they have to think of something, and the only clue that they can give out is whether it's animal, vegetable or mineral. And then each person has a turn to ask a question. So like, you know, we could take it in turns, and then eventually it will get to a point where you feel that you can make a guess, you know.
Oh, that's good.
Mm.
Yeah.
You only get 20 questions. 20 questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it has to be guessed by the maximum amount of 20 questions.
20 questions.
If it isn't, then the person who's thought of it is like wins it, kind of thing.
Oh, I see. So, for example, if I have something in my mind, you can ask me only up to 20 questions.
Yes.
Okay, that makes.
For instance, say I was thinking of a table. Well, I would say that it's vegetable because it comes from a tree, and the tree is part of the vegetable category.
Okay, I like this idea. Shall we do that?
Yes. Yes.
And how shall I name it for the email on it to send out to people?
Animal, vegetable, or mineral in 20 questions.
Yes, that is the correct name of it, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So animal, vegetable, or mineral 20 question quiz or 20 question exercise?
Yeah.
Okay. Brilliant. So we've got the theme for the next week. Thank you, everyone. Anyone would like to say something or have any questions or would like to just make a statement or anything?
How many questions do we have to do?
You only have to think of them at the time. It isn't like you have to plan it in advance.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Like, say I was thinking a dog. Well, you aren't going to know that I'm thinking of an animal in a category unless we're actually playing the game. So it's sort of improvised as we go.
On the fly, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Okay, it's gonna be fun.
It will be.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Caroline, for joining as well. And please,
really lovely.
please, it will be lovely to see you again as well. So please join us as well.
All right. Could I ask Caroline, something? What is the name of the organisation that she's with? You were saying that you're like setting out these kind of things.
The NHS.
Yeah, but it's Devon Recovery.
Okay.
It's here we go. So it's the Devon Recovery Learning Community.
Right. No, it's. I asked because I am a creative writing tutor, and I was thinking that if you need any volunteers to give a bit of input, then I would be happy to do it.
That would be really lovely, Liz. Okay. Yeah. If you share your sort of your details with Agnieszka, she can send them on to me and we can stay in touch that way.
All right, that would be lovely. I think I probably need to wait until I'm a bit better, but
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
See I'm getting better. So.
But we're part of the NHS.
Okay, right.
Yeah. And it's the mental health services, mental health and learning disabilities.
Oh, great. Okay.
Liz got award. Am I right, Liz? Award for you've written a book and you got like a recognition for that book.
I didn't get an award. I got it. I got a two book deal with Picador.
Oh,
yeah,
lovely.
And I've also had lots of poetry published and won. I'm not sitting here to brag, but I mean, I have been writing for a number of years and I've done quite a few things, and I've also taught courses. So.
Well, I'll if we run another Corona writing course, I'll let Agnieszka know and she can share it with the group, and everybody would be more than welcome to join because it's free, open access, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. So okay, lovely. It was lovely to meet you all.
And you too.
Yeah. Oh, I can use my little reaction button and I can say, yay.
Thank you all. Thank you everyone for joining, and I hope you have a lot. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I forgot. What everyone has for breakfast? We forgot to ask. We always ask that, Caroline. Sorry. So
she's only being nosy to see what everybody's had.
Because I'm always hungry, you know. So everyone can quickly say what you've had for breakfast. Lisa, what did you have for breakfast?
Oh, cereal, as usual.
Thank you. Liz, what about you?
I had porridge made with oat milk and lots of honey on it.
Thank you. Kathleen? I know.
Crumpets, but with homemade apricot jam.
Nice. Jean Sharp, what did you have?
I had toast this morning with honey.
Nice. Jenny, what did you have for breakfast?
I had a sausage sandwich because my grandson wanted one. But very nice it was.
Good. Brian, what about you? What did you have for breakfast?
Porridge.
Thank you.
And
fruits. Nice. Caroline, what about you? What did you have for breakfast?
I had a poached egg on toast.
Lovely. Yeah. And you, Glenys?
My porridge with blueberries.
Oh, nice. Lovely. Well, I've had a scrambled eggs with avocado, so I like.
Lovely.
Nice.
So now I am satisfied. So we can officially finish the meeting. Thank you all for today, and hopefully see you next.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.